Hi everyone, I'm Andy,
I'm Anastasia,
and we are with the Andy Collison team at Real 81 Group.
and this is Stoop Talk.
But yeah, as Anna said, welcome to Stoop Talk. This was actually a creative idea that Anna came up with, so I'm going to let her take it from here on what this encompasses.
So the whole point of Stoop Talk is basically, you're on front of your stairs and you kind of go into like a deep conversation with, whether it's a friend, family, and, you guys, I don't know, you just like relate about stuff. So it was kind of just like, not a tradition, but it was kind of just like part of my childhood.
To kind of move on here to our next segment, we wanted to discuss some pop culture. We were in Philly during the Super Bowl, which is the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh my gosh. I went to go see my friends in Philly, and they are huge Eagle fans. We ended up going to this bowling alley, and we ended up having a reserve table, and it was absolutely insane. Anytime they did a touchdown, they started singing "Flight." It's just little things that they did. Even if they pan to like Bradley Cooper, they're like, "Oh my gosh, I love him!" And I'm like, "This is absolutely insane."
So there was like one ref call that was like, "Okay, is this what we're gonna see today?" And then after that, the Eagles didn't give a reason for the refs to call to fly. Mm-hmm. Like that's what I heard. What was I doing that? Who knows? I'm not watching sports, that's for sure. But that's awesome. That's really incredible. I'm glad that you had that experience. All right, so that moves us on to our next segment here, which we are calling Real Estatements. So kind of wanted to share a little bit, with it being the beginning of a new year, about last year versus this year. So in 2024, we saw the interest rate kind of teetering around the 6.25 to 7% mark. The highest it was in May at 7.14%. Currently it's sitting around 6.50 for FHA and 7% for conventional with a 25% down in excellent credit. So, we're still seeing heightened in comparison to the 2020-2021 interest rates, which I will say may not happen again. It's highly unlikely that we are going to see a 3.0 interest rate again. And in comparison to like 2011 and even before that, where interest rates were 11% or higher, this is not a bad time to buy. The best time to buy is when you can afford it, right? The best time to sell is when your life circumstances say it is time for us to downsize, it's time for us to upgrade, it's time for us to move for work. That is the best time to buy and sell, is when the circumstances surrounding a purchase or a sale are paralleled with a good journey, a good home buying or selling journey. We have had this year the lowest number of listings on the market, I think they said for the past 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it's wild. Or maybe it was 1995 actually, so then that actually would be 30 years.
That's crazy.
But we're talking about the winter months here, and very few people want to move in the winter months if they don't have to. But yeah, overall, like I said, nothing surprising. I'm not going to say, I don't have a crystal ball, can't see into the future, but I would say that this year is going to probably be pretty similar to last year.
Yeah. Low
inventory, high interest rates, things don't change like that. Let's move on to Q&A.
Are you ready?
No.
$1 million question.
Okay.
What strategies do you use for a house or property that has a history of being difficult to sell?
Ooh. So right now, I would say if the house is difficult to sell, it's because expectations haven't been set up appropriately with the seller. This is what I can do. This is what I cannot do. This is what I will try to do. I truly think the best strategy for someone who is having difficulty selling is, first of all, hire a realtor who is willing to bring you down to earth a little bit, but also set proper expectations.
And our next one is, Do haunted houses sell for less, or do some buyers actually want them?
Okay. This is a really good question. We kept in after I read it. Because in the state of Pennsylvania, we actually can't disclose hauntings.
So just in case, if you ever see a movie, because I know sometimes where I'll see a scary movie and, you know, they buy a haunted house and you're like, why didn't the realtor say anything? This is the reason why.
So I highly encourage you, any house that you're looking into, you may feel free to do some research on the back end, look into news articles and things like that. But just like school district, like information, criminal information, we cannot disclose that. And going back to the question of whether they sell for more or not, probably.
Yeah, I was thinking.
There are some people who love that freaky stuff. Like, they're into that.
Yeah.
As for me, I personally do not believe in the paranormal. I think that adrenaline and your mind plays tricks on you in a state of fear. I do not believe in the paranormal. But there are some people who have some pretty wild stories, and I'm not gonna lie, I do watch a couple of paranormal shows every once in a while when Halloween comes out.
Then, what's the most rewarding part about your job?
The most rewarding part for me is excelling at the expectation. And, you know, I'm like, what I would expect is we're going to get $335,000 for the house is around where I could see us landing if we list it right? They listen, we list it right, and then we come back and we get $345, and it's like, whoa, this is cool. Like an extra $10K in my client's pocket is awesome. On the buyer side, it is when I get the pictures of like, I painted this today, or I renovated this, or I put furniture in here, or look at my kids playing in the backyard that we love. I have a close friend of mine who just bought a house, and I'm really proud of them. And I keep on Instagram seeing her and her son painting.
Oh,
and I'm like, it makes me tear up, because I'm like, these two people are the most beautiful beings in the whole world.
Yeah.
And they deserve so much. And so, like, seeing them paint his bedroom wall, I'm like, oh, this is great. I love this.
I think that's one main reason why I wanted to go into real estate, is to see, just working with different clients, whether it's downsizing or, you know, you're starting a new family, or, you know, you're an independent person buying their own, you know, place. That is such an achievement.
Oh, yeah.
And it makes me happy, because as soon as I see, like, you know, I can't wait to experience that moment where it's like, you got accepted, like, you know, they want to, you know, give it to you. And I can just, like, imagine that type of excitement on both parts, and it's so amazing. That's like just like an amazing feeling.
Yeah.
Brooke and Austin, when they got their home, he proposed. I'm like, this is so beautiful.
Actually, yeah. Can I change my answer? That was definitely like one of the more
really. Oh yeah.
When the offer was accepted, and I got the call from Austin being like, "This is what I want to do," then I was like, "I'm gonna hire this professional photographer and have them there." And I told Brooke and Austin, I was like, hey, I need some marketing photos for Instagram and Facebook. And she fell for it. And then, you know, she was all dolled up, adorable. And then he proposed. It was beautiful. It was great.
And that's the end of our
Q&A. So lastly, as usual, we are a team that likes to support local businesses. What we wanted to do this time was discuss some local restaurants that are perfect to take your date to, in theme with Valentine's or even with the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Maybe you can grab a couple of, appetizers and enjoy them with friends.
So, my first one was Bito Bistro and Bar. This one is located in West Reading, and they have more of a, I want to say like brewery type of environment, but they also have like outside seatings too. There's this one section where it's so beautiful, it looks like a little garden, and you can eat outside, and their burgers are to die for. So good. They have these truffle fries that are just, oh my gosh. Another one is Komali Taqueria. The colors are so vibrant and the staff is so nice. Like, they're so nice all the time. My next one is Springhouse Brewing Company. I keep naming. I'm a beer girl, so I absolutely love going to different breweries. Springhouse is probably one of my favorites right now, and their wings, Korean barbecue wings, are fantastic. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think you have the steak.
I have the steak frites. I'm a steak frite fiend.
And then, so it's more of like a sports bar, I want to say. It's called Louis Kitchen. And they also have like a little mini golf area. If you know, when it gets a little bit nicer out, they do have like a golf section near them. So get a couple of brewskis, go golfing. Fantastic.
Yeah, that sounds great.
And then my last one. So I haven't gone here, but I've been dying to go there, and I feel like this will be a beautiful date night. It is called Doc and Bubba's in Moton. It looks so beautiful. Anytime I pass by, the line is absolutely, yes, it is crazy.
I'm gonna start with my number 5 and kind of work my way up. So number 5 for me was the Log Cabin, the braised chocolate chili lamb shank. Chocolate. A little bit of who's sweet. A little bit of who's sweet. Spicy, you know? That's all me.
That's
and it
very
was
interesting.
My number 4 is actually a local favorite. And if you haven't been there, you have to. It's in Lancaster, so all of mine are in the Lancaster area. A lot of yours sound like they're in Reading.
Yeah.
Or Berks. But if you have not been to Pasquale's, you are missing out. Have you been?
No.
Okay, then you and I are having a date there for sure. So I'm pretty sure they still do their heart pizzas.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure. If you're not in the mood for pizza, because, you know, pizza is something you can get anytime. Their cheesesteaks have been a favorite of mine in our household forever.
Quick question though, because I am from Jersey.
It's not the
marinara. Do they add
They
marinara?
do have marinara, and it's not.
I don't know.
It's not nacho cheese. If I'm remembering, it's mozzarella.
Maybe I'll give it.
You
a
have
try.
to. Kind of jumping back to the steak frites comment. The Lancaster Exchange. I love the Lancaster Exchange. You're sitting on top of the Exchange roof, and it's open to the city of Lancaster. I've actually taken pictures while I was up there, and you can see, like, no, I don't know if it's a 360 view. I highly doubt it's a 360 view, but you can see all of Lancaster City, and the skyscape is beautiful.
I gotta check that out.
And it's more of like a finger food kind of thing, so I got steak frites there. And you should make reservations there. A lot of these places, the Log Cabin for sure, make reservations. Lancaster Exchange, make reservations. Pasquale's, if you're just looking to carry out, you can call ahead, but understand that on Valentine's Day and those busier holidays, they're gonna be busy. And then my number 2 is the Belvedere. Really kind of like antique-ish charm. But their food is by no means old Lancaster. Their grilled filet and their pork belly is really good too. Also, when they have seasonal duck in.
I have never had duck.
So it's got like a fatty, the skin is kind of fatty and is a little gamey.
I gotta give it a try. The skin always looks so crispy and like, oh yeah, it's really I gotta give it a try. I'm talking about this is like actually making
I know, well it is lunchtime, and that's why we're gonna wrap up with my number 1, and then we're gonna wrap this all up. So my number 1 is the tried and true, the love of my life, the queen of the world, Harvest.
Is so
if we are in a Belmont area and somebody asks me where I want to eat, Harvest will be my first and only answer. If you want me to go anywhere else, you are dragging me. It has great gluten-free and vegan options. I do highly recommend, and this is gluten-free. I don't know if it's vegan. You'd have to check on that. But at the very end, save room for their peanut butter candy cake cup. It tastes like you took one of those, 2 of those, and put them in like a little cute little cup, and like with like a masher, and just eat it.
I need to try that because I had their bison burger Oh my gosh, that was the best thing ever.
And that wraps up our first official Stoop Talk.
Oh my gosh. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys for watching. If there is anything you would like us to talk about, any questions that you have, any topics that you would like to hear from a real estate agent or just us about, we would love for you to comment below. All right. We love you guys.
Bye.